So I've been focused on doing step one out of this book and also talking to my doctor today about how it's going. My doctor basically said like he's gonna phone once a month or something to check up and make sure that the medication is still working. Um, cool thing you mentioned about Vyvanse is that there is barely any side effects that are actually gonna hurt you long term or short term. Just the energy level and the lack of sleep. But it's quarantine, I'm on vacation, and I'll sleep anyway, so that's okay. As for the book, it just so far wants you to monitor what you eat. So every time I eat or drink something, I have to write it down as quickly as possible. I made this little binder that I have their actual sheets in. But I also realized like this is fine for in the house because I can have it on the kitchen counter and just write as I pull stuff out of the fridge and I see it all the time to remind me to do it. You have to even write down like drinking coffee, anything that you put in your mouth, you write down. But I also still have like a little food journal that I can just stick in a purse or carry with me when I go out to eat. And I can honestly see myself like with quite a lot of my family and friends being able to just pull the book out and be like, I need to do this for my mental health and for to deal with this eating disorder, and I wouldn't feel very embarrassed. But then there are certain family and friends where I would be reluctant to do this and to like show them what I'm what I'm doing and to explain it to them. So we'll see how Christmas goes. I think tracking what I'm eating with my dad around will be fine because I've got to get over that part. Christmas, when I go to visit my other family, we'll see. There's some people there for whatever reason, um, generally just due to who they are as people. I wouldn't write down what I'm eating and I wouldn't tell them everything about my eating habits. Not that they don't love me or then they wouldn't be supportive because they would try to be. It's just they don't always say the right things, and a lot of things that they say or do trigger me. So what you do when you first start this program and you're monitoring, you go for about 3 to 4 days, and then you have a big review session where it asks you all sorts of questions from the book, like how many times have you binged, how many times have you purged, have you noticed it's the same foods, is it happening at the same time, is it happening in the same place, are they the same triggers? I'm going to say for me, there seems to be like three main reasons why I end up binging. The first one is like I'm lonely, I'm bored, and food's the only thing like it's exciting to wait for food. Um, or like food's gonna make me happy is what's still stuck in my head, even though it doesn't. So I noticed that that's part of it. Another big part is just I don't want to cook. And then I end up ordering food, and once the food's there, I feel like I have to eat it really, really fast. Or I have to eat it all because it's not going to taste as good if you put it in the fridge. And when I think back on that, it's me and my dad did not put a lot of leftovers in the fridge. We didn't make a lot of leftover food, so I'm not used to eating leftovers. It's not something my family did. So the idea of putting something in the fridge is still kind of new. But I kind of got over that last night. I did binge eat last night at like 8. I ordered McDonald's and I ate it kind of fast, but not as fast as I used to. I guess that's the comparison. Instead of a full-on binge, it was a smaller binge. Out of the past 4 full days, I have binge ate um, once, just as bad as I had before. So 1 out of 4 days isn't bad. Today, I think I'm in pretty good control. You're supposed to weigh yourself once a week, but my weigh-in's not till tomorrow. I can tell you I'm feeling better. Like I feel more um, at peace with my body. There's times I'll look in a mirror and be like, I actually do think I look good. There's times I wake up and I feel lighter. Feeling fat's a huge trigger, and not saying every day, but some mornings you wake up feeling really good. So I'm actually going to continue this because you need a full week of data before you can move on to step 2. So I'm going to continue this for another 3 days while I read up on what step 2 is, and then I'll move on with this program and see how step 2 goes.